last night. They are 31-12, best record in the league. Our officials, Brent Barnaky, Kane Fitzgerald, and Scott Bolnick. The ball's in the air. It's controlled in the forecourt by Idaho's Luke Jackson. Idaho shooting to the basket to our right. Here's Randy Livingston. High post to Jason Ellis. Ellis puts the ball into the hands of the leading assist man, Randy Livingston, out to Bergeson. Fall back, 18-footer is good. Roberto Bergeson starts things off with a jumper, which is good for Idaho. He averages almost 13 a game, and he gives Idaho the 2-0 lead. Low post to Lang. They double him up with Violet and Ellis. Now Lang cross court to Pruitt, to the right side to Hamilton. Hamilton down low post, right baseline to Brian Jackson. Jackson spins on Ellis. Fall back from 14 is off the front rim, no good. Rebounded by Luke Jackson for the Stampede. Luke into forecourt, scattered floor. He slows things down, gives it up to Randy Livingston. And Idaho sets their offense. High post right side, it goes to Ellis. Looks for the cutter, gets it back instead to Livingston. Guns a pass down low for Violet, lays it up and too hard. He says he was fouled, nothing called. Here comes Utah. Violet ran down the floor looking at the official with his mouth wide open. Here's a pass in the low post to a cutting Brian Jackson. He is fouled by Roberto Ferguson. A push from behind. Violet ran up the floor with both hands, palms pointing to the sky and a wide open mouth, wondering why he was not the beneficiary of a call down low. Utah gets the basketball, trailing 2-0 early going here at Quest Arena, US Bank Court in downtown Boise. Pruitt down low for Jackson, guard him the other Jackson. Bryant dishes it back to Kruger, spots up for the three with the shot clock winding down and buries it. Kevin Kruger hit a couple big threes last night for the Flash in their comeback, but they fell just short, losing by 7. 3-2 Utah as Luke Jackson spins on Kevin Kruger down low. Backs him in, fall back in the lane, jumper swish. Jackson got off to a good start last night with 6 first quarter points. Now he steals the inbounds pass, runs into Brian Jackson. Nothing called, ball loose, picked up by Kruger. Lots of contact, nothing called. Kruger, right side, Pruitt for 3 on the way, count it. Pruitt makes it 6-4 Utah. We've played 2 minutes. Pruitt, a 36% three-point shooter. Here's Jackson in the post. He's fouled after receiving the pass from Livingston. Brian Jackson fouls Luke Jackson. First on Brian. First team foul on the Flash. And Idaho will inbound sideline right. Luke Jackson does the honors, 17 on the shot clock. Lobs it up to Randy Livingston, guarded there by Gabe Pruitt. Assigned for the 3rd and final time this season by the Boston Celtics. Ferguson left side at the hash mark. Idaho a little out of sync. Swing across court pass to Luke Jackson. Touch pass to Ellis. Lays it up and scores. Nice pass by Luke Jackson. Caught the ball, and before he even hit the ground, just two-hand push pass to Ellis, and Ellis laid it in. Jason with his first basket, and we're tied at 6. Last night's game, very close affairs, swinging back and forth. 18 ties, 18 lead changes in the contest won by the Stampede. Here's Hamilton down low, muscles up on Ellis, puts it up, front rim no. Hamilton gets his own rebound, follows too strong. Rebounded by Ferguson for the Stampede. Scattered floor out to Livingston left side. Looks down low for Violet, catches it down low, spins, puts it up to the glass. No, tip by Ellis is good. That's where Jason Ellis makes his living underneath. He's got 4, and Idaho now leads 8-6. Kevin Kruger, guarded by Randy Livingston up top. Gives it on the near side to Hamilton. Hamilton down low post to Lang. Tough to move him down low when he gets going. He's got to be over 300 pounds. Here's a three-pointer by Kruger, and that one is good. Utah tonight, 3 of 6 from the field. All 3 three-pointers are 3 of 3 from the three-point line. Jackson in the paint. Gives behind him to Violet. Thought about the shot from just inside the arc and said he gives it up to Livingston. Randy drives, kisses it off the window and scores. With the right hand, Livingston a driving layup. 10-9 Stampede. Pruitt left side, outside the arc, guarded by Luke Jackson. On top to Brian Jackson. Guarded there outside by Ellis. Gives it up to Lang. High post left extended free throw line. 8 seconds on the shot clock, down to 7. Lang now spins, attacks the basket, loses the ball out of bounds. The Flash shoot 35% from three-point range. Kruger, 37%. He's their leader in three-pointers made. He's 71 of 192. Ellis goes up for a shot, has it knocked away and stolen by Utah. And here come the Flash. Brian Jackson gets the credit for the turnover for for the Flash, trailing by 1, 7:45 to go here in the first quarter. Here's Kruger behind the Lang screen, just inside the arc, fires and hits. Obviously, Kevin Kruger's decided he needs to step things up tonight with Boris Allman no longer on the team. He now has 8. And Utah leads by 1. That's their first 2-point basket of the night. Livingston, cross court for Bergerson. Spots up the 3, it's on the way, too strong. Rebound run down by Corey Violet. Ball poked loose and it comes out to Bergerson. He gets it to Livingston near midcourt. His pass down low is intercepted by Pruitt. Pruitt drives on Randy, spins layup off the glass and good. It's the Pruitt and Kruger show tonight. They've got all 13 of Utah's points.
Go and help!
Jackson drives, has the ball stripped by Pruitt, and a foul is called. See if it's Gabe who's whistled for the foul, or there's some weak side help. They do give it to Gabe Pruitt. His first and the second team foul charge to the Flash. Luke Jackson goes to the free throw line. Luke last night in that third quarter made a living at the foul line, was there almost the entire quarter. Short with the first one. Jackson, a 77% free throw shooter. Correction, 68% free throw shooter. And he's got 1 of 2. And Idaho is down by 2 with 7 minutes to go in the quarter. 13-11 Utah. Kevin Kruger with the basketball. Left side. Gives on the give and go to Lang. Lang loses it, picks it up, and he travels in the paint. Took a couple extra steps. Reminder, next time you think about traveling, call AAA of Idaho. Proud sponsors of the Stampede mascot, AAA Rumble. Here's Violet. Thought about the 3, instead gets it down to Luke Jackson, baseline right. He spins on Kruger, puts it off the window, and scores. Luke Jackson with 5. He leads Idaho, and we're tied again at 13. Kruger up top, right side to Hamilton. Back on top to Kruger, swings it to Pruitt. Pruitt guarded by Luke Jackson, gives it to Lang, back to Pruitt. Jackson all over him outside the arc. 8 on the shot clock. Pruitt drives, gets it to Lang in the low post. It's stolen by Ellis Knight's weak side help. 2-on-1 for the Stampede. Livingston to Bergerson. Over his head to Livingston. He reverse layup and scores. We're tied, no, excuse me, at 15-13 now. Idaho leads. 6:02 to go in the first quarter, and now we have a 20-second call. 20-second now, a full timeout taken by the Flash. We'll do the same. 6:01 to go, first quarter. Idaho leads Utah 15-13 on the D-League Radio Network.
Tell me out. All right, blockades all yours.
To our left, Andre Ingram checks in for the Flash. 6'3" guard out of American University in Washington, D.C. And Gabe Pruitt sits down. Idaho with the original starters on the floor as Hamilton inbounds it to Ingram. Guarded by Bergerson, near side to Hamilton, down low post for Lang. Eludes a defensive player. Violet is tied up by Jason Ellis, and they'll jump. Ellis tied up Lang from the weak side, and we'll have a jump ball to the basket to our left in the Utah offensive end of the floor. 7 seconds to go on the shot clock. 5:55 to go on the game clock here in quarter number 1. Lang against Ellis. Be interesting to see how far Lang can get off the ground. He's got to be over 300 pounds. Ball's in the air. It's controlled by Idaho. Comes to Luke Jackson. He spins out of backcourt. 1-on-3 to the near side for Bergerson. Fakes the 3, gets it to Luke. Luke outside the arc, and he'll bring it back out and reset the offense. Drives to the paint. On top to Livingston. May have traveled, they don't call it. Corey Violet down low for Jackson, cutting behind Kruger, and he lays it in. Luke Jackson, 7 points. Idaho leads by 4, their biggest of the night. Hamilton near corner, harassed there by Livingston. On top, Kruger, swing it on top to Brian Jackson. Hamilton left all alone, fires and hits. Left baseline. Hamilton, the first player other than Pruitt and Kruger to score, and he hits a 17-footer. It's 17-15. Idaho on top. Jackson backing in on Ingram to the right of the goal. Fallback jumper is too long. Rebound Lang with the authority for Utah. Gives it up to Kevin Kruger. Kruger crosses the timeline to the top. Fires the 3 on the way. Good. Kevin Kruger's got 3 3-pointers tonight. Utah regains the lead. 18-17. They're on a 5-0 run. High post Right side is Corey Violet with a basketball. No movement now by the Idaho offense, and Violet gives it up to the guard Livingston with the shot clock winding down to 7. Baseline right, Violet spins and hits. Corey Violet, soft jumper from 12, his first basket of the night, and Idaho leapfrogs back out in front 19-18 as Lamar Rice gets set to check in for the Utah Flash. Kruger brings the ball across the timeline for the black-clad Flash. Gives it to Ingram in the left corner, down baseline to Hamilton. Guarded there by Ferguson, a pair of number 11s. Hamilton loses the ball. It's off his fingertips, picked up by Luke Jackson for Idaho. Jackson guns it to the right side to Livingston. Behind him to Ferguson. Ferguson on top. Jackson spots up for 3, left wing on the way, front rim, no. Ellis tips, no. Rebound, Lang gets it in front of Ellis. Jason had a good look, but he couldn't convert on the tip. Here's Kruger for 3, left side. It's almost an air ball. It glances off the rim and comes down to Jackson. Jackson Livingston, he lines up the 3. It's too strong off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Hamilton. Ahead to Kruger, 2-on-2. Hamilton underneath, double clutch, missed the layup. Tip up and no. Tip now by Ingram, no. Rebound on the floor. Ellis fights for it with Hamilton. It's picked up by Livingston for Idaho. Cross-court pass to Luke Jackson. 3:35 to go in the quarter. Idaho leads by 1. And now Idaho slows it down. Luke near side to Randy Livingston. Livingston gets a screen from Ellis at the top on the pick and roll. Instead gets it far corner for Ferguson. Makes a move in the paint. Double clutch on the way. Good. Will they count the basket or they call the charge? They wave off the basket. Get the offensive foul